Hi, hello there again. We meet again in my podcast Money Talk. Stay calm, don't rush, make a plan, feel the hush. This episode, episode 8, okay, for my previous season 1, I have the honor here of Mr. Yi Xuan. Yi Xuan is actually a personal finance creator. He actually have a blog that he talk about dividend investing mostly. Go and stalk his nomoneylah.com.
Yep.
Correct?
That's my
nomoneylah.com.
website. Yep.
Yes. You had it since 2018?
Yep.
So basically what is like the podcast, Mr. Yi Xuan?
So that's my site where I write everything about personal finance investment, and I'm also an enthusiast when it comes to dividend investing. So I share a lot about my dividend investing journey as well on my blog. Yep.
Which actually I'm interested in learning more because I like that dividend investing kind of thing. Maybe it's another things that I can learn because I think as a person we cannot stop learning, right, about this.
Yep,
There's always a new thing coming in.
Yep, definitely.
And then the market is not stagnant, it's not the same, it don't repeat the same trend. It's always have a new things coming on.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think all of you be aware of that. So yes, and also Yi Xuan has spoken on a lot of platforms such as Invest Fair, Bursa Malaysia Education Webinar, BBK Network, BFN Chai-Jin, and I think many more, right?
Yeah.
So we are actually having a same interest in inculcate the financial literacy. Thank you again for coming.
Thanks for having me.
So you know that our topic today?
Yes.
It's about, even though we got raise, let's say, salary raise, increment in selling, but our expenses also raise.
Yep.
Why? You know?
Yeah, that is an interesting topic to talk about. Yeah.
Correct. So this episode actually we're gonna explore that. Okay, we're gonna talk more in layman terms between what is it actually, what are the cost of, even though we got more, we spend more.
Yep.
Okay, what actually triggered that? And last but not least, we might our 2 cents, your valuable 2 cents on how actually we can manage money. All right. So before that, don't forget to subscribe to Money Talk podcast in Spotify and also YouTube. All right, just subscribe and also follow our LinkedIn live, Facebook live, and also my Instagram. Again, laluarashad.com. So yeah, according to my producer, don't forget to rate it 5. Okay. Thank you so much. So now let's have Mr. Yi Xuan. We have this term of lifestyle inflation. We did talk about it a little bit just now. So you want to enlighten to our beloved network here on what actually is lifestyle inflation?
For sure. I think lifestyle inflation is a situation where when you try to when you get a raise or when your income increase with time, your lifestyle also follows, and it is dangerous when let's say your income increased by 10%, but how much you spend on your lifestyle increased by more than that, let's say 15 to 20%, that's when it becomes dangerous. So that's why people come up with the term lifestyle inflation, because how much you spend, your expectation towards life is growing faster than your actual income increment.
Yeah, there's also some of the term call it lifestyle creep. So it's creepy, is it? It is creepy if we cannot control it. Am I correct?
Yeah, for sure. I think for most people, even including myself, when we have an increase in our income, say let's say by a few hundred or thousand ringgit per month, we have the tendency to say, oh, I have this extra money here. What should I do with it?
So from taking LRT, now people taking Grab.
Yeah.
Now from using Myvi, now people using Honda, I don't know, Civic perhaps. So for them, it's like maybe there's lots of trigger of it. We'll go do one by one, Yi Xuan.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe because he think that he got extra, he can spend extra. I think that is something that is not supposed to be like that. I think for sustaining our life, isn't it? So before we move to our first key point, because you already mentioned about the definition, but we're gonna go deep little bit of what are the costs of behind the lifestyle inflation. But before that, can I share with you some of the statistics?
Yeah, sure, please.
So according to, I would say, let's start with a survey in 2022. Malaysian, 60% of Malaysian increase spending within 3 months of receiving a raise. So maknanya if you receive a raise this last 3 months, you already like increase your spending for 3 months.
Yep.
It's okay to reward yourself, but not every month, I guess.
I guess it comes to a point where it depends on how you will spend the money. So let's say I define how I spend my money personally, at least is the money that I spend going to bring me better productivity, or is it going to improve myself so that I can let's say produce more value to people that
like spending on training or on courses, on education, but spending on treatment.
Well, I guess it depends. I mean,
I think it's okay because you want to actually petting yourself. You work hard, you get raised, you want to spend, but you need to control somehow. Right?
I'll say this though, because I really enjoyed this book called The Psychology of Money from 𝐭𝐤𝐳𝐬, and there's one quote in particular that really got me. Is that he says one of the most important financial skill in life is really to get your goalposts in life to stop moving. So example, you might want to start off with a Myvi, then you go to Civic, and someday you want BMW, and where does it stop, right? So it's the biggest question or challenge in when it comes to your financial life, to decide when is enough for you.
So basically, personal goal is important. Correct.
Yeah, but
you need to set the goals.
But you need to know when
to stop.
When to stop, and when is at what point is enough for you.
Yes, but there's never enough, isn't it? As a human being.
Well, I guess that's really up to someone to really come to realize.
So awareness is important. Education is important. So I would like to share first another. I hope a statistic that we can dig together. Yeah. I think okay, let's start with this. Okay, there's two things. Personal saving rates dropped from 10.4% in 2020, okay, to 7.1% in 2022. That is Malaysia, according to Bernagara. And I would like to add some more that Malaysians spend an average of 800 per month eating out.
Wow.
Okay, 800 per month. It's even half of the minimum salary,
Yeah.
All right, and with 1 in 5 admitting they do it to distress and reward themselves. That's why I said earlier to Yi Xuan, it's okay to reward yourself, but not every month. You know when to stop, correct? That's what you just mentioned now. So, if we stop, it seems like we are stopping ourselves from enjoying. So what do you think about it?
Well, I guess I guess it comes to a point where you need to define what enjoyment means to you. There's a lot of things in life where you don't have to spend a lot of money in order to be happy. Things like spending time with your children, spending time with your loved ones, right? Going to exercise, and all this, if it generally don't require a lot of money. So so in my opinion, yes, everyone should enjoy. But is there there's a question we need to ask ourselves: is there a way to enjoy life without actually really spending as much?
It's not how much. It's not how. It's not how much we spend. It's how we spend it, isn't it? Correct? Yes.
Sure.
All right. I like to follow up your statement that you make. PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC found that 78% of employees don't actually save after the raise. 78%.
Wow.
They don't save, they spend. So that is a worrisome, isn't it? We don't actually save.
Yeah, for sure. I think when you the first thing when you get a raise, the first thing that you thought comes to your mind is, how should I spend this, instead of how should I invest or save it. And then that's a dangerous thing. I mean, to me, the first thing, actually, you should really structure it in a way that, what should I where should I save or invest it first, before, and whatever that's left, then you can decide if you want to spend it or not.
Yeah, in the point number 3, later on we discuss very detailed on how we can do it. Together we're going to go it. So now we're moving to our second point. So now we know what is lifestyle inflation, what is lifestyle creeping. It's kind of creep, okay?
Yeah.
So we earn, we work hard to earn more, to get raised, but we fail to convert that to our savings. We spend more.
Yeah.
Perhaps people say, oh, if we earn more, we save more, correct? Or we invest more. But now we earn more, we spend more. So that is actually things that goes wrong with the race. Okay, it's not about how much you get raised, it's how much you not saving. That's the issue. So having said that, I would love to first start with the statistic. iMoney Malaysia did mention 45% of respondents admitted they don't track their spending at all. So meaning that for them, they continue spending literally the same even though they get raised. So it's not a very good structure, like we said.
Yep.
And also maybe to you did mention in their research in 2023 that Malaysian spending, okay, on personal lifestyle categories such as beauty, gadget, fitness, and snack rise to 18%.
Oh wow!
Wow, this statistic really get creepy actually. Okay, so Yi Xuan, what are actually the common sign of this attitude? You earn more, you got your raise, but you spend more. What do you think is the psychological triggers of this I don't know, lifestyle perhaps?
Yeah, for sure. The way I think of it, there are one main point, but I'll explain more. The first, the one main point is environment that we are in. So basically,
the surrounding, you mean?
the surrounding that we are in. These days, we have first of all our peers. We are all using Instagram. We are all using social media. So when we see our peers, let's say he or she travel to Japan, and we thought when we see one, maybe not so much, but when we see more of them,
everybody going to Japan,
then you feel like you want to do so as well, even though maybe you on the earning point of view, you are not earning as much, but still you want to be part of
even though you earn that much. I mean, you make comparison. I earn more than him, but how can he got all this lifestyle? So that's environment. That is
something to think about as well. And also the second one is norm, right? Norm in as such, there's example, right? There's a lot of saying that when you turn 30, you should have a very successful career, right? You should have a house, you should start building a family, have children, and so on. And to be honest, right, not how many young people nowadays, when you reach 30, can actually accomplish all these things, right? As far as I'm concerned, not a lot, right? So realistically, with how much we are earning today, so all of this together, it really push a lot of people to into a spiral where they spend on not within their capability, right? Once they have received a raise, they go all out in all this spending, especially big spending that's irreversible, like your mortgages, your car loans, and so on. So I would say environment makes up a very important reason or trigger, right? Like Doctor mentioned, right? On why this is happening.
Yes. I would like to add, if you may. Okay, in my book that is been released on last 2 weeks, 30th of July, actually, in chapter 2, I did touch about cultural versus generation. Okay, now I'd like to, we go first for the cultural kind of thing. Do you think culture in East, like us, okay, do we actually treat this as a different way that we treat from our West counterpart, okay, in terms of upbringing? In terms of your extra money do you get from your salary?
Yeah, I guess for us, at least from my understanding towards the Asian versus the Western point of view, is that Asians, at least the old value is that they tend to save, to protect first. But nowadays, with the Western values coming in, this sort of YOLO, you only live once, right? So you sort of
and then they are more individualistic. Like I said, my kids, they can find their own, correct? That is West mindset. They say that, give priority to yourself first rather than your family, your parents. So I think that is what I'm touching this book, because we are more like family oriented. Like if we earn more, we give more to family first than to yourself. Okay, so the West is okay, I work hard for this. I deserve this for myself rather than I spend it to family. So that's one of the things that I detach. Oh, also another cultural expectation is where, oh, you've been promoted to vice president or whatever, you know, upper, and you should wear this car. You should drive this car. I think that is the most bahaya, right?
Yeah, in fact, I saw a news lately, right? Is where this particular insurance agent, he just joined the industry, and his leader actually asked him to buy a second-hand Mercedes where he could not afford. So in the end, when it comes to a time where he need to maintain the car, actually need to borrow money just to maintain the car.
No one will ask you to do. So I think the expectation of, yes, if you are you know, in insurance, to show, to perceive that you earn more. I think that is the car is the metaphor, but it's actually not. Can I also, before we move to our third key point or the last key point, the relationship that we have in 𝐭𝐤𝐬, you know, the spouse, the relationship. So is it still that the man is a provider? You need to always show that you can afford. I think the male perspective now.
I think that's a good question, and that is a really good question. I think these days, at least back then, definitely that's the case, especially for Asians.
Male is a provider.
Yeah,
right?
but nowadays not so much. But still, within, as a man, myself, like within ourselves, I think we would still feel that that's the role that we play. If we were to have a family.
Still that got that pressure, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I think, oh, male have to be a provider. That's quite. I think I do also actually agree with this. You know, current situation. That's why I earn my own.
That's very nice.
You know, but it's not for everybody, to be honest. So I'm okay. Well, we strive to, because I travel a lot. I like traveling. So you don't expect a man to cover for you, correct? But yes, of course, it's nice if once in a while somebody spoil you. Okay, Yi Xuan. So of all these trigger on the psychologies, like social pressure, relationship, culturals, upbringing, you know, subjective norm, and what does it mean by lifestyle inflation, and the more inflation that we earn now, correct? The high inflation that we are facing now, with lots of external factors happening around us. So give a few tips. I mean, we start with one tip first. What are the tips that you think is good to start to ignore this lifestyle? Not ignore, to overcome. To handle this lifetime inflation.
For sure. I think tactically, you should probably approach your finances in percentage instead of absolute number. Let me explain. So, example, if you are earning 2,000 ringgit, and you get a 10% raise. 10% is a lot, right? So, but an absolute amount is actually just 200, right? So, by that context per se, you probably shouldn't spend anything more than 200 ringgit, and an extra additional 200 ringgit a month. So the way I see this is to allocate your spending based on percentage instead of absolute amount. So generally for car, there's a rule of thumb is that you shouldn't be spending more than 10% on your monthly installment on your car. Ideally even lesser, right? And secondly, for your house, basically between 20 to 30%, right? If ideally it was lower, because sometimes things happen, right? You could lose your job and everything. So you sort of ideally want to keep all these heavy expenses within a manageable percentage of your income. So that's the first tactical tips that I have.
Basically what you mean, if we need to structurally plan, right? We need to take the pen, what you want to say, take the pen, sit down, and make it a very, very like constructive planning with the figures, which is good. But also, I think with that also, sometimes we feel a little bit loose. So for that, I think it's good to have an automated savings, right? Like say how much of you earn and how much percentage of what you earn to be saved every month. I think that's one of the way. Do you want to add any more before I give some more that we would be able to discuss further? Any more tips?
But I think the second tips that I have is more on the emotional part. I think it's about identifying what's enough in life, right, and manage your expectation. Because recently I reflect onto myself on what really makes me happy. Is it the money that I spend a lot on things, or are there some other things? Like for me, it's about spending time with my parents, exercising, feeling healthy, eating healthy.
For me, it's going travel.
Traveling as well.
Traveling
And
eating out. I think my SO, Shira, she knows that I love to eat out. So I'm safe in other things like shopping and whatever, but I love to eat out. So I think that's one thing of we need to know. Okay, that's what you think. Okay, having said what you say, the second thing you did identify is to acknowledge what you want, what you need. All right, correct. Any more else? Okay, can I share with you another
for sure, please. I would love
statistic, the figures, right? You like figures.
To.
Okay, 𝐴𝐾𝐵𝐾 in their financial wellness report in 2023 said 21% of Malaysia have a structured, only 21% have structured financial plan. So that is like, where goes the 80? They they spend without structuring what they want to do monthly. 36% of Malaysians admitted they don't review their spending habit at all throughout the year. So they tengok ada dalam Maybank to you that amount of money only, and they spend. They don't have any review on it. Okay, and 41% of respondents from Prudential Malaysia survey said they use their bonus or salary increase mainly for lifestyle spending rather than saving and investing. So I think Yi Xuan is the best person to give a dividend investing advice. I think there's a lot of mechanism they can spread their additional income.
I think the principle here is to save and invest first before you spend. I think that's the most important.
Yes. And structure, I think all in all, what we have been said, that structured plan is the most important.
Exactly. Especially the automated ones that you don't have to think about.
Yes, true. So before we come up with the conclusion with Yi Xuan here, I think I would love to ask my network, my beloved network, there's 2 questions. So I hope you can help me in giving an honest and truth opinion. Okay, first question is, have you ever earned more but felt just as broke? Meaning you got increment every year, but you don't think there's no improve in life. I want to know that, if you feel like it. And second question is, what's one habit you upgraded after you last raised? I mean, you got promoted, you got increment last month. What actually changed in your daily spending? So that is the question that I would love my network to share with me. So, Yi Xuan, lifestyle inflation is okay, it's a subtle but powerful. Awareness is the first step to fighting it. So again, do you agree with me? Financial awareness is the key of everything.
If you know your numbers, it'll help you manage this by a lot.
We heard that Malaysians are smart. Okay, we talk about Malaysia now. Malaysia are smart. Their literacy rate is average, equivalent to other developed countries' financial literacy index. We are smart, but I think why is our financial behavior a bit low? It's just because of the habit. Do you agree with me?
I think that can be trained, and that's our role here to really help improve.
Correct. So education is fine. You can educate yourself, but awareness is something that we need to go together, right? And I think changing is up to you. It's up to everybody. So a raise is a chance to buy freedom, but not just more stuff, but it's also the thought of you actually can spend more. Okay, I think it's just not how much you earn, it's how much you spend, correct? If you increase your earns, but you still increase your spending, also no point.
That's certainly true. I think you probably shouldn't spend more than how much you earn. I think that's the underlying principle of personal finance.
Correct. I think we are actually towards our end of our podcast today, our 8th episode 8 with Mr. Yi Xuan here. Before I give you your last words and your last wisdom to my beloved network, I would like to thank you everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to follow my Spotify, to subscribe, my Spotify and YouTube, and also follow my LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, and IG. So if you think that this episode is suitable for your loved one who just get raised last month, please ask them to follow and subscribe to and rate 5 stars. So, and yes, don't forget to get my book, which is just released 2 weeks ago. It's all about tips. It's all about you, how your relationship to money actually all about. So in my book, instead of 4 money personality that you can find in the internet, I try to gather more to give you more valuable. They have 7 money personality in this book, Yi Xuan. Yeah, I think you should have one also. Okay. All right, so don't forget, you can get it in www.laluarasha.com. Just click there at the card. So until then, I would like to take this opportunity. No, before that, what is your last word? What's your advice to those who just get raised last month?
Yeah, for sure. I think if I can summarize everything in one word, then it's about when you get your bonus or raise, think of where you can save or invest first, then only think about where you can spend, where you should spend. And ideally, when you spend, think about put priority on the things that can help you improve as a person, and as such, could potentially improve or grow your income power in the future. So think about that, and I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, I think I need your advice also. If you want to know more about dividend investing thing, I think you want to say a little bit about to them on your dividend investing.
Yeah, sure. I'm a big enthusiast when it comes to building a low maintenance dividend income through investing. So if you're interested, feel free to come visit my website called nomoneylah.com, where I share everything about dividend investing and also personal finance. Yeah, I hope you find the blog helpful.
So do you, last word, what is your advice to me who love traveling?
Oh, I love traveling as well.
You can just one thing that you want to like, Lalua, wake up.
Well, I mean, why wake up? You enjoy the experience. I mean, just as long as it's within your mean, and I would say go get different experiences in life.
But to defend it, I'm also a budget traveler.
That's fair. That's really nice.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my book, budget traveler book. Oh, no, just kidding. I think there's lots of people say that, oh, Lalo, how can you afford all this traveling? But less that people know that I'm actually a budget traveler. I don't go for 5-star and so on. Yeah. So I think that's it for our episode 8. Yeah. Thank you, Yi Xuan, for coming. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my production team, to producer 𝐿𝐶𝐬, thank you so much. To assistant producer Nofatin Atika, it was a pleasure. To my casting crew, Fatin Inshira, thank you so much for all the reminder and so on. And to my beautiful creative Angelica Rebin, my makeup artist who touch up us. Yeah. Thank you for the delicate, and thank you for everybody in Money Queen teams also for being with us. So that's it. So, and do structure your financial wisely. It's not how much you earn, it's basically how much you spend your money. All right. Until then, into episode 9, don't forget to stay calm. Don't rush. Make a plan and feel the hush. I think that is the best tips for all the who are actually hustling with the financial. Until then, thank you so much for me and Yi Xuan. Yep. Thank you so much. Thanks. Season 2, episode 8. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.